The Bible's not just a book about what happens when you die. It's a book about everything. It includes what happens when you die and everything that happens before that. God cares about your business. God cares about your family. God cares about your dinner, right? And I want you to think biblically, and I really want you to distinguish, because what we can do, and this is what some of you are doing in your heart right now, right? We look at the rich, the ungodly rich, we're like, they're terrible, they're horrible people. Well, but the way that we get into that similar scenario in whatever level of affluence or influence that is entrusted to us is we think in terms of ownership instead of stewardship. And really behind this great conflict and this rebuke from Pastor James is really two ideologies, two mindsets, two worldviews. One is one of ownership and one is one of stewardship. And so let me break these down for you. And these are massive biblical categories, but here's really how the ungodly rich are thinking. They're thinking in terms of ownership. Here's their underlying prevailing ideology and their commitments. Number one, I do not belong to the Lord. If there's a God, he doesn't own me like a possession. He's not in charge. He's not in control. Maybe if I want him to come serve me, maybe that's a possibility, but certainly not rule over me. And language like Lord, I'm not interested in that. Number two, nothing I have belongs to the Lord. I don't belong to the Lord, right? So, well, this doesn't belong to the Lord, and what I drive and where I live and what I do, that doesn't belong, that's all mine. That's not his, that's mine. I'm not his, and that's not his. Number three, I deserve all that I work for it. Hey, there's winners, losers. They couldn't afford an attorney, whatever the case is. I took it, I stole it. Might makes right, survival of the fittest. Hey, it's just the way it works. Whatever I got, it's mine. I deserve it. You lose, I win. And number four is I only answer to myself. I'm not going to answer to God. I'm not going to give an account. I'm not going to have a day of judgment before I stand before some sentient being and talk about what I did with my life and my stuff. No, that's not the way it is. I give an account to myself. I rule over myself. I'm in charge of myself. That's the underlying ideology that James is going after in the ungodly rich. It's this issue of ownership. What's mine is mine, what's yours is mine.